All right, Shalom. This is your brother Shamak. I want to first start by giving all the glory, infinite praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach you well of his tabernacle of David. And Shalom to the sincere believers out there. All right, I just want to go into this. This is a situation I had this past Saturday, as you see with this picture on the left. This past Saturday, and then somebody messaged me at 6 o'clock today. Okay, um, just basically just acknowledging the truth. It's from my zealous stages, and basically naysayers will believe by witnessing prophecy. Basically, man, people gonna have to believe, the hard way, and it ultimately will be the hard way because once prophecy, once it hits off, man, it's no turning back, man. And it's gonna hit evil times as well. RFID chip, as you see in this picture here, man. And then on the left is World War III. Two major prophecies that are spoken about in the scriptures. World War III pertaining to Revelation chapter 11, verse 14, and Mark of the Beast pertaining to Revelation chapter 13, 15 through 18. You know, where that charagma, that mark being that charagma is going to be a physical stamp, okay, implementation of a chip, man, the RFID chip. These are two accounts of somebody, they just recognize like, damn, you been saying this, and this of course was from years ago in my zealous stage, you wanted to push the truth to each and everybody, but that's not how the spirit works, Hey, the spirit is truly for, the 144 sincere believers, 144,000 sincere believers who are men, and of course 1/3 that can be their family, that can be late believers, in these later ends, man. And these may be a couple as well. You just never know. All right, we can't rule out everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't be 2/3, man. 1/3 is still a lot of people. But hey, it's just the fact that the naysayers, those opposing something, is a naysayer. So people not gonna always tell you that they believe you or that it's the truth. They're not gonna say it, man. They just gonna have to witness it. They gonna have to see it the hard way, and it's gonna be the biggest I told you so. So see, you see the comment on the left. It says, of course, we know you can read, but it says you've been saying World War III was coming this entire time. And where do we get this from, man? We get it from the doctrine, from the scriptures, from the Holy Bible, man. That was taught to us by our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. All right, and then on the right, it shows you the RFID chip, and the picture says, you will be chipped soon, according to CNBC, and I think that's a old article, but it's being reposted by somebody. But hey, this truth is flourishing, man. This is why it's so important to push the word. All right. And then, I say, yep, it's coming soon. Life is about to change instantly. And then he says, and it says, I was like, he was right. And they sound excited, bro. And those believers are going to be excited because, hey, the truth will set you free, man. The truth will set you free. All right. So basically, the naysayers will have to believe by witnessing prophecy. Okay. In prophecy, you go into prophecies of prediction. These are true predictions, man, by the men of the Lord through the scriptures, filtering it through the scriptures. All right. So let's get it. Let me get John chapter 4. John chapter 4, verse 48. It reads, Then said Yahweh Shai to them, Except ye see signs and wonders, ye would not believe. See, we're gonna have those out there that they just have to see the chip, man, physically. It's not enough just to hear the word. It was enough for us to believe, but they have to see it physically. Then they'll probably most likely believe. And even then they may not. It is what it is after that. Okay, but everything that we're saying, they're gonna say it's doing miracles. Then they'll believe. Some of course they're gonna be doubting, but that's what comes with it. Let me get Isaiah. And with that John chapter 4 as well, that was I think it was a count where Yahushua had healed a child. All right, in that chapter. Okay, so let me get Isaiah chapter 29 verse 24. Okay, just to be concise. All right, so this is Isaiah chapter 29 verse 24. It says, They also that erred in spirit shall come to understanding, and they that murmured shall learn doctrine. Hey, so those that erred, and how does someone err, man? They oppose something, man. They come against it like a naysayer. They come against it, man, in spirit, but they shall come to understanding. And what's the best way to come to that understanding? Through prophecy. The testament of Yahweh Shai is prophecy, man. And it says, They that murmured shall learn doctrine. All those shit talking, all the what they was doing, just coming against the truth in its entirety. Then they shall learn the doctrine. Then you shall come into full coherence with this thing, man. You know, let me get that count with Acts chapter 2, verse 41. It's Acts chapter 2, verse 41. So this is the count where, in that time, because we about to come on a flood of believers, and these flood of believers going to come through, prophecy. That's what's going on now. See, everybody want to trend about World War III now, but we've been saying it. The apostles, elders been saying this for decades, man. Let me say that again. For decades. Think about that, man. They had an idea because through the scriptures, bro. They saw the vision through the scriptures. All right, when nobody else even was thinking about World War III. You know. Same with us pushing this chip, same with us pushing it about these race wars, same with us pushing about this persecution, same with us pushing about this famine that's about to hit, same with us pushing about everything, martial law, Jacob's trouble, each and everything, man. But those believers will come, and they're going to come. All right, so this is Acts chapter 2, verse 41. It says, then they that gladly received his word were baptized, and the same day they were added unto them about 3,000 souls. See, that same day, these believers going to be coming quick, instantly. Because the Spirit, that's how fast the Spirit, because these prophecies is going to be moving. Once this thing tips over the cup, man, the Spirit's going to be tipped over as well. The Spirit's going to be put to another level, man. It's only going to increase. All right, so verse 42. And they continued steadfastly in the apostles' doctrine and fellowship and breaking of bread and in prayers. And fear came upon every soul, because that's how you truly gonna believe in this thing, man, through fear. Fear of being, put to death by Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the Lord, and his son. Okay? And many wonders and signs were done by the apostles. Because we're gonna have spiritual powers, man. Some gonna have to believe, and we got spiritual power right now on the low level just by boldly, truly predicting what's to come. Because we're right. We're filtering it right through the scriptures. And people see that and recognize that, and that's how they're going to believe, man. That's how that's how the fear is going to come upon their soul. And it says, and all that believed were together and had all things common. Okay. So let me also get another scripture. Okay. But that's how and that's another thing. That's how we had the truth, man. Simple as that. Simple little situations like this, when somebody comes to you like, man, he was right, he ain't lying, bro. I believe him, man. And it's not meant for everybody to be a prophet. In some, it's gonna be women believers out there as well, man. Probably brothers' wives, brothers' children. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be, hey, you gotta have faith that the whole house will be saved. It spoke about that in Acts as well. Let me get Titus chapter 1, verse 9. Okay. I'm not gonna read verse 10. Okay, this is verse 9. It says, holding fast the faithful word as he had been taught. See, and it says that he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers. That's it right there, bro. Because, holding fast to the faithful word, because what? People always want to, and I'm pretty sure everybody can testify to this. Everybody thinks this is a phase. A year or two goes by. 3 years go by. People like, oh, okay. Okay. You serious about this? You know what I'm saying? They see that you consistently going out, pushing the word. No wavering, no taking a season off, no taking a winter off. You know what I'm saying? Because people think it's a phase, man. But we've been taught, man. We have examples of our top teachers ahead of us, man. To learn from. Okay, we have examples. Okay, it says that he may be able by sound doctrine, 100% truth, both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers. All right, we gonna have to be able to encourage the gainsayers, and convince them, man, through the Spirit. Not convince them because we want glory. No, convince them because this is the truth, and Yahweh Shem Yahushua is the light. Simple as that. When you first, like I mentioned earlier in the video, I was in my zealous stages, trying to push the truth to each and everybody. That's how, They remember they came to me now with these, they probably remember those same conversations those past years. They remember they remember, you know. Uh, that's just part of convincing the gainsayers. Us pushing this truth, we're going to convince gainsayers, man, through the spirit. Those naysayers, they was opposing the truth, neglecting the truth. Week in and week out, that's what they was doing. Cause once you hear this truth, man, you're not the same no more. They're not the same no more. All right, we just gotta hold fast until the end, not for a season, but to the end. La kataza, okay, in Hebrew, to the end. La kataza, to the end. All right, and it says, I read that verse 9 again. It says, holding fast the faithful word. And why is this word faithful? Because what? Prophecy. These words are faithful and true. Because they're going to happen. They're guaranteed. That's what people get misconstrued, bro. They're guaranteed to happen. All right. It says, because they in their delusions of what the cares of this life. That's what blocks their blessing of receiving this truth. But this word is faithful and true. Okay, so this faithful word has been taught by who? Okay, you have to be taught. You have to be taught these scriptures. You're not gonna get these. You're not gonna get this truth by just you reading the Bible on your own. That's not it, man. We have teachers. Yahweh Shemiah Shah set up an order of how to truly manifest and grow in this thing. Okay, in the spirit. Okay, it says that he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers. That's what we doing, man. When you zealous for the truth, you defend the gospel. That's what we do every weekend. Even with these videos, man, we convince the gainsayers. Even if they try to over and over, repetitively come against it, we convincing them because they losing faith in what the hell they teaching. For the Christians, those false religions out there, Esau, the so-called white man, all right. We convince all these gainsayers. We bring it down these strongholds, those lies, man, those false philosophies, those false principalities, those false idols, and it's gonna be shown, through these scriptures and prophecy, who's the true power, who's the true man of the Lord, who has the truth, who always had the truth. It's gonna be shown, man. Hey, our time is coming, man. All right, and it's about to be beautiful, and just for those people, just of course family members, man. Anybody even saying anything about the truth, saying like, hey man, you right about that. I ain't gonna lie, y'all own something right there. They may not, they probably won't agree with it in entirety because ultimately this thing is about faith. It comes down to faith. We understand that, but they gonna see those signs and wonders, and those believers gonna come, man. Okay, those believers may come through. May just strictly by witnessing prophecy happening with the current events, or of course the hard way, believing at the last hour when they almost about to get chipped. You know what I'm saying? Or the house about to get broken into. It's gonna come upon that memory, man. All right, so I wanted to quickly touch on that because that just happened a few times in the past couple weeks, and I just pulled a couple examples. Pulled a couple examples here of over the past weekend, and it came on today, so it just hit my spirit to bring it out with, of course, major prophecies too, man. World War III and the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. Okay, and of course those that take the mark of the beast will be destroyed. Okay, by nuclear missiles, that is. All right. So Lord willing, it was exhorting and edifying to those sincere believers out there. Okay, and this is your brother Shamak, and I will end off by giving all the glory, infinite praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well and oversee this tabernacle of David. Shalom, peace, love, and safety to the sincere believers out there. Hey, Shalom. Mawaf, Mawaf.